We begin reading from the letter of St. James today, and the letter was probably a sermon given at a liturgy, and it was one of the oldest, dating all the way back to the year 62 AD. And James is preaching a homily, and in it he's saying that we need to seek wisdom. Sometimes we can see wisdom as, the old man with the long beard sitting in his chair, looking back and forth and pronouncing truths. And it can be things like a stitch in time saves 9, or a penny saved is a penny earned. But that's not the kind of wisdom that James is speaking about. We have to listen to God and receive wisdom from Him. And that's what we do when we're at Mass. We listen to the Scriptures, and that guides us for direction in life. Our praying at Mass should make a difference in how we live. And so, for example, if we offend somebody, we should immediately go and try to make amends. A stitch in time saves 9. Or a penny earned is a penny saved. Rather, we should say that we should share what we have with those who are financially in need. Such a difference between the wisdom of the world and the wisdom of God. And so at the Mass, we receive that direction. We receive it from Christ, and He gives us His body and blood for strength for the journey. I love this scripture passage from the Gospel today, because Jesus is obviously just exasperated. He's saying he sighed from the depth of his spirit. When are you kids going to learn? He just is really what he was saying. He's been telling them things over and over, and they just don't get it. Like the parent that says, are you ever going to learn what I'm telling you? And you just see Jesus in that state. And so what does he do? He gets into the boat and goes to the other side of the lake. He just walks away. And it's consoling to me, because sometimes I think, how are we ever going to get all the teachings of Jesus across to this generation? And how the Lord must just sigh. Sometimes I do and say, Lord, it's impossible. And yet, Jesus was faithful. He continued to teach. He continued to tell people what was right and wrong. And he didn't give up on them. He didn't give up, even to the point of dying on the cross for all of us. So the wisdom of God is that we live like Jesus did. It's very simple, not easy to do, but we live like Jesus did by following the word that He teaches us in the Scriptures. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.